Hi there. Happy New Year. If you're watching this in the new year. Any rate, it's January 4th, 2020. And what I'm going to talk about in this video is how to get clear and focused. The new year tends to be the time, the obvious time, to get back into our dreams and to start something new and to let go of the old and step into new patterns and behaviors, resolutions, intentions, you name it. And that's all great, right? If it feels great. But the thing is that for many of us, after a holiday season or after any kind of turmoil or just busyness or, whatever it might be, it can feel hard to get clear and focused. So even if you feel like you're supposed to be clear and focused and you're having a difficult time getting clear and focused, I'm here to give some suggestions because I know all about being in that place of just knowing, oh, I should be doing this or I should be doing that, or let's get going and let's get out of this sort of, muck and mire or muddiness of thinking. And it can be hard. So these are some things that really work for me. These are things I've suggested to my clients. So let's get going with them. Okay, so the first tip is to accept where you are and to really embrace yourself in all of your feelings. Sometimes we want to jump ahead and get going. Okay, and sometimes that might work. It works for many people. But the thing of it is that if we jump ahead and we ignore our feelings and the ways that we're feeling maybe stuck or afraid or sad or angry or resentful, whatever it might be, we can get pulled back into those same feelings because we have ignored them. So what I suggest is before you even really try to get going into something new and get clear and focused on your goals, intentions, whatever they are, is to just pause and feel how you're feeling. And if you're feeling any kind of emotions that don't really feel good, to really pay attention to what's going on and to embrace yourself, to embrace your feelings. Sometimes that's enough to help them begin to dissipate. It's sort of like a little toddler who wants your attention and is grabbing at your leg, and you can't ignore it forever. Well, if it's a child, you can't ignore the child forever, right? And we all have inner children. We all have parts of ourselves that are younger that maybe were hurt in some way or afraid in some way and hold us back and keep us from being focused so that they can have attention. So give attention to your feelings and your emotions, embrace them, send them love, and that will be a really good first step in getting clear and focused, because you won't have that nagging, emotions kind of just pulling your attention away from what you want to focus on. All right, so that's tip number one. And now the rest of the tips, I'm going to give you some ideas on how to really take that further and get even more clear and focused. So tip number 2 is to meditate. So even if you're new to meditation or you've never done it before, there are ways to really begin to form some sort of meditation practice that you can do every day. There's something called Insight Timer. If you're not familiar with it, it's an app that you can it's a free app, and it has many different ways to meditate. It has guided meditations. It has music to meditate. It has information about meditation. It has a timer that you can listen to silently or add sound effects to. There's so many ways to use it, and it's free. So I highly recommend it. Or to find a meditation teacher, anything that will help you. Because meditation is something that really, really helps with clarity and focus, because it helps to train the brain to become more focused and to let go of the distractions. When you tune in with meditation, what you're doing is you're really tuning out all these busy distractions, and you're allowing your brain to get to a different level, a different sense of consciousness that is more it could be more relaxed, a different brain state that's deeper, and so that it brings you to a place that it's easier. It makes it easier when you use meditation on a regular basis to become clear and focused, because your brain really understands after a while how to do it. And additionally, they have shown through many, many studies that the brains of people who meditate on a regular basis are much more adaptable to stress. So that's a really good thing, because we all know that stress can lead us to have, worried, anxious minds. And so doing some meditation can help your mind relax, or just perform in a more relaxed way, so that you can be focused and clear more easily. Okay, now tip number 3 is to use EFT tapping. So EFT tapping is if you're not familiar, is an acupressure tapping technique where you use your fingers to tap on specific points on the hand, the face, and the torso. And what this tapping does is it stimulates the energy in your system. It helps the flow begin to flow better. It helps to release unwanted emotions. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. So it really helps to move stuck energy in your system, and it is one of the most effective techniques for reducing cortisol, which is the major stress hormone. When cortisol is high, meaning when stress is high and we're anxious and thinking about all the stressful things, cortisol can rise and actually drain blood from the thinking part of your brain. So if you're trying to be clear and focused and you have cortisol in your way, it's going to be really, really difficult. EFT tapping helps to reduce that cortisol so your brain can be more effective. And it also helps to, if you find, from embracing your emotions in the first step, that you still have emotions that seem to be getting in your way, EFT tapping is a really good way to reduce the intensity and even release the emotion completely. So what I suggest, if you're new to EFT tapping, is to visit my website at marianbuckmurray.com, and there you will find a helpful video where I show you exactly how to use EFT tapping. There's also a diagram and written instructions on how to use EFT tapping on a different page on the website. Okay, so try EFT tapping out. It's both a self-help technique and it's a technique to use with a practitioner. I am a practitioner, and if you would like personal guidance in EFT tapping, please reach out to me. Okay, so that was tip number 3. Tip number 4 for getting clear and focused is to listen to your heart. Now, the heart it's the place where we get the most clarity about what we really, truly desire and what's really, truly right for us. So when you have a difficult decision to make, instead of relying solely on other people's opinions, okay, we can get good information from all different sources, but take all that information and then go to your heart and listen to your heart and really tune in to the energy of your heart to to get the clarity that you truly need. One way to listen to your heart is to use the heart breath meditation. Now, the heart breath meditation or heart breath is a way of imagining that you're breathing from your heart. So you breathe a deep belly breath, and then you kind of support the heart with your breath. And you imagine that as you're breathing, your heart is expanding and radiating heart energy. Now, the heart's electromagnetic field is actually many times greater than that of the brain. So when you're stuck in a mind loop and you drop down into the heart and you imagine, that you're breathing in and out of your heart, you can actually increase the energy of your heart and allow the brain to begin to relax into a calmer brain state, which is more focused. Okay, so the heart will help entrain the brain to come to a more comfortable brainwave state. And in addition, when you increase the energy of your heart, you're actually tapping into the wisdom of your heart. So you can ask a question and you might not get the answer right away, but the answer will come. The more you trust your heart, the more information you will receive. So if you're interested in a heart breath meditation, I have a free audio available on my website if you sign up for my list. And in addition, I have a video in which I explain exactly how to do the heart breath meditation. It's a really, really great thing. And it's something that you can use really in the moment. If you're feeling like you're in that stuck mind loop, to just drop down into your heart and get some more clarity and some peace of mind. Okay, so that's tip number 4. And the last tip for today, tip number 5, is to get some fresh air. Here in New Jersey, it's winter, and that means that the windows are closed and I'm spending more time inside and the heat is on. And what that creates is a lot of stale energy. And the more time we spend inside, the more, the easier it is to feel kind of stale. And so get outside into the fresh air, no matter what the temperature is, what the weather is, and take a walk and breathe that fresh new air in. Walk in some nature if you can, by some trees, and breathe in the fresh air. And what that will do is it will freshen up your mind. It will get your blood flowing, your heart beating. It will renew your sense of being alive. And when you feel alive, it can be enjoyable to get back to focus. Okay, so it's a way of clearing your mind so that you can get back to focus and do what you're here to do. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and Happy New Year. Happy 2020. Goodbye.